Well, E3's just rolled around, which means a bunch of executives have just wheeled out in order to insincerely smile and BS their way into pushing as many pre-orders as possible. E3 is the time of cringe, the time of overhyping, the time of getting us all excited for a bunch of stuff and then telling us we can't have it until the first quarter of next year. There were some good things, a lot of bad things, and even some things that weren't bloody leaked. Some of people didn't even bother showing up. Sony and EA were conspicuously absent, but in the case of the latter, I think that's only because the things they're producing that are good right now could be fit on the back of a bloody Matchbox. By all accounts, it was pretty bad this year. Not that I would know, because unlike its predecessors, it did manage something that has never ever been done before. It got me to watch the bloody thing. But there was actually enough stuff that caught my interest, so here I am talking about E3 for the first time ever. Yay! I wanted to talk about this in one long video, but there was so much stuff, I've decided to do multiple videos going conference by conference. Starting with Microsoft actually, which unlike its previous years, I heard actually had a pretty good turnout. And we started with none other than a trailer for The Outer Worlds, an epic space adventure RPG by Obsidian Entertainment. Obsidian proving yet again that they do everything Bethesda do, only better. The trailer talked about player choice being at the center of everything, a power struggle between corporate factions on the colony, and was actually really interesting overall. I know a lot of people have soured on this since it was declared an Epic Store exclusive. I know opening with it probably started things off with a bitter taste in a few people's mouths, but I must admit Obsidian have a pretty damn good track record when it comes to previous games. They definitely do what Bethesda don't, so I'm definitely going to be trying to pick up this one. I'm going to have to get that fucking piece of shit Epic Store thing installed on my goddamn PC, aren't I? Bleeding Edge. You know who I actually like as a developer? Ninja Theory. Whether good or bad, they definitely always make very unique games. Whether it be that adaptation of Journey to the West, or that time they released a dark fantasy action game revolving around a protagonist that was schizophrenic. Always known for taking risks and for doing very, very interesting games. Which is why I got the shock of my life when they rolled out this year and announced an online shooter.
Excuse me, the fuck did you just say?
I bet that one threw up a few eyebrows asking why? You've established yourself as a quirky, narrative-driven company, but now you've decided to switch focus and make an online shooter of all things? I don't know. But I have to respect them. They make the games they want to make, and I can't fault them if this is what they want to make. Especially because they've gone into self-publishing now. This game was definitely not my thing, okay? But Ninja Theory have in the past displayed a keen ability to produce quality work, so if it appeals to you, then I say go nuts. Still, Ninja Theory's flip into the online shooter game was not the biggest what the fuck moment of E3's Microsoft press conference. No, that would belong to the Blair Witch. As in the Blair Witch video game. What? Blair Witch is not the sort of IP that screams action horror video game. It's 90% people talking and 10% shaky cam. I'm guessing it's just going to be like an Outlast sort of thing. I don't know how this could go on. It's just baffled me. It's just baffled me. Next! Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. It's an RPG and a retelling of the Dragon Ball Z series bloody again. You know what? I was interested in this until I realized that it is following the goddamn same story as the Dragon Ball Z series without any sort of deviance. I've had this story retold to me through Kai, video games, and frickin' abridged so many times that it is frickin' tattooed on the inside of my brain. I want Dragon Ball Z games to start doing something original. Xenoverse and Xenoverse 2 were a step in the right direction. Although it was still tangentially tied to the Dragon Ball Z story, it did take some chances and tried to do some new things. It didn't do enough, but it was a step in the right direction. Then there was Fighters, which was exactly what I was looking for, except for, I don't get along with fighting games. You know this, I know this, but it told an original story, something I had never ever experienced before, and even introduced a brand new non-canon character. This was exactly what I wanted, but in an RPG setting. Now this one seems to be leaping right back into its comfort zone and just suckling on its thumb as it carries on retelling the same goddamn story we've had told to us over and over and over. God, I'm so annoyed by this. That's all I gotta say about it. Moving on. Cyberpunk 2077. CD Projekt Red, you didn't have to do it. I was already sold. I didn't even give a shit that the opening trailer was a pre-rendered cinematic that told us fuck all about the gameplay. I trust you. We all do. We know that you know how to make a great game. I don't think anyone is not going to buy it. You didn't need to wheel out John fucking Wick in order to convince us, but you did, and God bless you for it. John fucking Wick!
That's what I'm talking about!
Only to have the man himself come out and follow that up with a gameplay trailer that made me absolutely excited for this. I'm done, I'm sold, I'm saving. I'm going to buy the most lofty, bloody edition possible, plus 2 t-shirts and a goddamn mug, because you will no doubt deserve it. See you in April. It's John Wick, and he's a fucking cyborg. Sign me the fuck up. How could it possibly get any better than that? Psychonauts 2! It worries me that Tim Schafer will try to recapture the spirit of the original without expanding upon it. Tim, I know the original game is older than some people watching this, but you had better expand that concept, because we have been waiting forever for this game. And I really, really am looking forward to it, but I'm also a little bit cautious about these games, especially considering how people have soured on crowd-funded games recently, mentioning No Shamus. Names. Gears of War 5. Trailer was pre-rendered, so it told us fucking nothing about the game, but it's Gears of War, so I can't see it straying far from the formula. Lots of running, shooting, hugging chest-high walls like you want to make out with it later, and a lot of brown and grey. Not my thing, get it if you want to, not a fan. Moving on. Dying Light, because apparently we need another fucking zombie game. Borderlands 3! It's more Borderlands, what can I say? It's going to have lots of looting, lots of shooting, you're going to get exactly what you want. Unless what you want is the game on fucking Steam. Phantasy Star Online 2! The game that inspired thousands of online MMOs now returns, probably to do exactly the same bloody thing as everyone else. Look nice though, probably get Levi to do a follow-up. He's probably better at talking about this, he knows a lot more about it than I do. Elden Ring! As if we needed more proof that we'll never get to see a real ending to his book series. George R. R. Martin is teaming up with Hidetaka Miyazaki. I think I got that right. 2 guys famous for subversive, deep, atmospheric, depressive storytelling. It's From Software. We know exactly what we're going to get. From Software may occasionally divert a little bit in terms of its aesthetics or its mechanics, but they never really stray too far from what they know. They've got their formula down, and now that they've got George R. R. Martin on board, I'm actually really looking forward to seeing what they come up with. But for fuck's sake, release the Winter already, George. And finally, a pre-rendered cinematic trailer for the upcoming Halo Infinite. Sensing a pattern with this bloody thing. It's Halo, it's gonna be Halo, it's not fucking budged an inch since it fucking came out as Halo, it's fucking Halo. Well, that rounds up the AAA games. Let's take a look at some of the indie titles. Surprisingly enough, Microsoft really did lean well into the indies this year. I'm really impressed with the amount of variety and interesting games that they presented here. This is probably done in order to attract people towards their new subscription service, the Xbox Game Pass, but the amount of quality titles that they brought forth really have piqued my interest, and I must say, well done Microsoft. Although I must admit I'm less enthusiastic about the whole buying up studios thing. Ori and the Will of the Wisps, the upcoming Metroidvania-style game by Moon Studios. It looks absolutely stunning, stylistic, and simultaneously somehow looks beautiful and terrifying at the exact same time. We'll be picking this one up as soon as it comes out. Minecraft Dungeons, a Diablo-esque style adventure game set in the Minecraft universe. Bloody hell! Mojang seem to have totally missed the point of their core demographic, haven't they? Battletoads! I'm not the only one who remembers the original game being rubbish, right? I really have no idea why the hell they dragged this one up, but anyway, it's a cartoony beat-em-up with an art style that reminds me a lot of Castle Crashers and probably will just have as many poop jokes. Can't wait to see what else at the bottom of Rareware's barrel you're going to scrape up in order to try and get us to buy stuff. RPG Time Legend of the Right. This is a very, very, very charming little game, and a great homage to the traditional RPGs of their day, and bloody hell does it look super bloody cute, doesn't it? Look at it, look at it, look at it. The aesthetic, the paper crafting style that it's going for, the fact that it's literally a book being told to us as it opens up its pages to reveal its world. I love it. I cannot wait for it. 12 minutes. Now this I am very intrigued by. The concept alone has got my ears pricked up immediately. Basically, you play as a character forced to relive the same night over and over again as he is looking to unravel the mystery of what is going on and break the time loop. This has the potential to have so many different ways of game overs, so many puzzles. I imagine that it's going to be a lot of fun trying to piece the story together as to why this is happening. I am really excited for this and I cannot wait. Well, that pretty much rounds up the entirety of the Microsoft press conference at this year's E3. Couple of duds, couple of things that piqued my interest, and a few things that, could go either way. But try and remember to always be reserved. I'm not against the idea that these games could be good, but I'm just saying don't try and jump on the hype train. But I must admit, pretty good variety, held my interest, did not outstay its welcome, and at least they had something to show for it this year. Unlike a certain bloody publisher who may or may not be coming up in the very next video. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed what I had to say. And if you enjoyed my content, be sure to subscribe to my channel. It only takes a click to if you want to be notified by the bell. Thanks for watching and I'll see you for Bethesda. Well, at least it's going to be cathartic.